Hello everyone, my name is Clara if you're new here, and today's video is for everyone who lost the motivation along the way. Since the beginning of the semester I haven't been very motivated for uni. I didn't want to attend lectures, I didn't want to do homeworks or projects, I was just very unmotivated, sick and tired of everything. I feel much better now for almost 2 weeks, and I would like to share with you how I motivated myself to get back on track. I would like to do so by sharing these 5 tips, and I hope you find them helpful. Tip number 1. We all know this thing called vision boards or mood boards. I personally love them because 1, I get to be on Pinterest. 2, I can be more creative, and 3rd, they really motivate me and they are very visual pleasing. So I was thinking how to use these vision boards or mood boards, if you like, more efficiently for my field and to stay motivated. And listen, I know this might sound a bit cringy or stupid, but please stay with me, you won't regret it. During the exam seasons, I like to watch these super aesthetic study motivations, and they really help me. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, if just looking at the pictures it's enough for me to get going. But yeah, and I know this might sound a bit ridiculous, but it helps, and that's the important part, right? So I decided not to make this custom and make a vision board for every course I have. This way I can find some information in advance, I get to go through presentation, I get to find some cool images, and of course I get to be more creative because it gets pretty hard with some of these courses. And listen, if I got to do these vision boards with my super technical courses, then you can do them as well. And then I add these vision boards to my OneNote, to some organization page, and then I get to look at them every time I want to write something down for the course. And it's super nice. And you can also store them in your Notion if you use it. So the tip number 2 is to remember the goal you had when you came to uni, or your goal after you graduate, and where it will be handy to have the uni. So for example, I decided to study computer science because it's an ever-growing field, it's everywhere and can be connected to any other field. So for example, I can work with the medical data or with biological data or basically any other field. This initial motivation still holds for me and didn't change much. And also currently I am really into product management, so I'm still searching in the courses I already have to something to connect this knowledge to. Plus I added some courses related to product management, so I can take leverage of the uni while I'm still there. So the 3rd tip, if you're at the beginning of your studies and this previously set motivation doesn't hold for you anymore, then I think it's completely okay to switch unis or faculties. Many of my friends did this and they are now happier than ever, like Billie Eilish. And I think why not? There's no shame in doing so, and you will regret if you don't switch the unis or faculties now, because it's much harder to do it later. But if you're at the end of your studies and you still have the previous motivation, I think it's a good idea to look back on everything you achieved and everything you've done and all the journey which took you here. And if it's really unbearable, then do the switch anyways. I mean, it doesn't benefit you. But if you can still hold on some motivation, then I suggest you keep going. And what also helped me quite a lot was to take this gap week, which I never do because I never skip lectures or courses. It's just the way I am. But if you'll take this gap week and then come to school, I kind of feel bad for skipping, and then I feel much better if I actually attend the lectures. Like, I can pat myself on the shoulder and know that I've done a good job going there, and I'm more happy about it. And I'm proud of myself for taking these little steps. The tip number 5 is to romanticize college. I know it is easy to romanticize the things we see on the TV or in TV series which we can relate to, But sometimes we have to find this aesthetic ourselves, and we have to be our own idol for the motivation. But what I would suggest in general is to make the things nice, to write nice notes, wear nice, comfy, but cute clothes. Find cool places to study, such as cafes or libraries, and find some study buddies, and I think you will love it much more. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you find some of these tips useful, and I'll see you next week. Bye!